amazing Mac features you were probably unaware of. The first one is renaming multiple files. If you have a lot of files and you want to put them in order, how do you rename them? See, I have a folder here with a lot of files. Now, if I go to each folder and try to folder it, it's going to take a lot of time. So what can I do here? I can select some folders or multiple folders. I can just select whatever I want, or I can, in this case, select Command plus A and select it, and then right click on it, and here you have an option for rename. So here you can see we have rename folder items, and in this we can actually rename it. So we can have the text to be replaced. So if I type in untitled folder, so in find I will type in untitled. Now here you can see I have typed in untitled, and I can now say, let's say this. So I can rename it, and here you can see all the folders have now been renamed to this folder instead of untitled folder. Similarly, I can go back. I can also say format. So I can type in an entirely new name. So my Mac, and then I can have a number before or after that folder. So here you can select where you want the number. So if I want it before, I can have it before, and I can also have the name format. So it could be name and counter or name and date. So I want name and index. If you go to name and date, if you select name and date, here you can see this is the format. So we will go back to index and select rename, and here you can see it has automatically renamed the files. So that is very convenient if you are handling a large amount of data that you need to rename. To start Stage Manager, you have to go to settings. In settings, you want to go to desktop and dock, and here you can see we have desktop and Stage Manager. We can have item show in Stage Manager over here as well. And at the bottom, we can actually turn on Stage Manager. So if I turn it on, here you can see what Stage Manager is. Let's turn it on. So here you can see I have multiple apps open, and on the left side, they are going to be available. Now this is very helpful to those who have to switch between apps all the time. So it can be useful, I think, more when you're using a monitor, an external monitor, rather than this screen. So I can just go through all the applications like so. I don't have to worry about minimizing them or anything like that. And even if I minimize it, it's just going to go here. Now you can turn Stage Manager on or off even in the Action Center. So I can just go here, and here you can see we already have an option. Most Macs come with the default option of having Stage Manager over there. But if you wanted, you can just toggle it from here. Now to keep your hard drive safe, we have Fileault. But how do you turn on Fileault? Again, for that we go to settings. You can also go to settings from the Apple logo over here. To turn it on, we go down to privacy and security in settings, and we scroll down till we see Fileault. Click on Fileault, click turn on. You'll have to go through the setup process, and if you're not an admin account, you'll have to type in the admin user and password. Here you can see we can allow iCloud to unlock my account or my disk and create a recovery key as well. So you can just go through this process, and you can have a Fileault or an encrypted SSD. So what is the advantage of this? The advantage of this is, in case your laptop gets stolen or misplaced, it is very difficult for the thief or whoever has picked up your laptop to actually go through your hard drive. You'll always have to put in the password whenever you boot it up, or even if you put it on an external device. Then we have terminal tools. What are terminal tools? So are you annoyed by your laptop just going to sleep whenever you're about to use it, or you just want to have it not go to sleep? So even if I go to settings and lock screen, here you can see turn display off. I have an option to go to never, but again, that is going to be more of a hassle. What you can do instead is just go to terminal. For that, to make it quick, you can just press command plus space, and then you want to go to terminal. In terminal, if you type in caffeinate and hit enter, it's going to keep the screen on. So it won't actually turn off the screen as long as the terminal is running. Once you close the terminal, that is going to be void and null, and it will actually go to sleep from your settings. So this is very useful, rather than having to go to settings, go to menus, sub menus, and then having to do it. So that is very convenient. And here you can see it's actually going to ask me whether I want to terminate this. If I click on terminate, it's going to go back. Now the next trick with the terminal is more of a fun tip. The next trick with terminal is more of a fun trick rather than a useful trick. So it is pretty cool, but let's go to terminal again. And here you want to type in say, and after that leave a space. In inverted comma, you can type in hello master, inverted commas close. And if I hit enter,
hello master,
and here you can see it's actually saying whatever I want it to. So again, I can say, if I type in this,
subscribe.
Here you can see it's actually going to say subscribe or hello master or anything that you put in it. So it is more of a party trick rather than anything useful. Or if you just don't want to talk to someone and convey a message. The next hidden feature is faster airdrops. And you might say airdrop is already fast between devices, and you're not wrong, but you could have it even faster. For that, you just have to connect your computer to the Ethernet, and you also have to connect the receiving computer to the Ethernet, to the same Ethernet, of course. Now, if you try to airdrop between these devices, it's going to be much faster than it would usually be. For that, sometimes you may have to go in the Wi-Fi menu and turn Wi-Fi off for this to work faster, but most of the time you don't have to do that. So that is very convenient. If you want to share large files to the other device, this could be really helpful. The next problem is going to be pretty common across the world. So most of you, I'm sure, come across slow internet connection once a while, but how do you actually check its speed without having to go to any website or download any apps? For that, you can just type in again, go to terminal, and in terminal, you just want to type in a simple command. Over here, you want to type in network and you want to type in quality. So these two words don't have a space in between, and the Q in quality is capital. Now, if I hit enter, here you can see it is actually giving me the internet speed. So this is pretty good speed. So it will also give you uplink, downlink, and how responsive your internet is. So very handy. I don't have to go to any website or anything. So I'm actually getting pretty good speeds, and it will also give you a summary. As you can see, uplink is about 106, downlink is about 287. So great. And here you can see responsiveness is somewhat medium, because here you can see it was quite latent, I would say. Idle latency is about 27. So that is the case with my internet. You could also check your connection with the same command. So let's say I want to create a sticky note or a quick note. What can I do for that? You may be in a lecture, in a meeting, and you want to take something down. For that, you can just press function plus Q, and here you can see a new note has appeared. So I can start typing over here. So here you can see I have typed in my notes. I can reduce its size. I can just have it over here. I can even have it as a widget. So here you can see I have just clipped it like so, and it's going to stay there. So that is very neat, very handy, and I don't have to go on to the Notes app and actually have to take notes from there. However, if I close this, so here you can see I've closed it. If I go to the Notes app, in the Notes app, in Notes, it has actually saved my note over here. In the Notes app, here you can see that it has actually gone and saved the notes. And if I go to Quick Notes on top, here you can see you can have all your notes over here. So very handy when it comes to that. So yeah, those were the features, guys. How do you like these features? Were they useful? Please let me know in the comments. Do like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.